would like to hear from you a few tips for the upcoming generation to succeed in life.
Well, succeeding life, I have already told you.
Yes.
You have to do 4 things, okay? Number 1, repeat with me. Number 1, you repeat.
Number 1,
Great aim.
great aim.
I will have great aim.
I will have great aim.
I will
I will
continuously acquire knowledge. Continuously acquire knowledge.
continuously acquire knowledge.
I will do hard work.
I will do hard work.
I will persevere
I will persevere
and succeed.
and succeed.
Okay, that's the mantra.
I will give an incident. This is all of you who are assembled here, all of you. Remember this incident. 1979. SLV-3 satellite launch vehicle. I was the project director, mission director. My mission is to put the satellite in the orbit. Thousands of people worked nearly 10 years. I reached the Sriharikota and it's in the launch pad. Countdown was going on. T minus 4 minutes, T minus 5 minutes, T minus 1 minute, T minus 40 seconds. Computer put a hold. Don't launch it. Computer says don't launch it. I am the mission director. I have to take decision. Everything is on. Behind me there are 6 experts. They saw the computer database coming in and screen, and they see the pictures in the screen. They said there's a problem. The problem is there's a leakage in the system, in the control system. But immediately calculation, no problem. We have got sufficient fuel and oxidation for control system is controls the rocket to the required attitude, and we can go ahead. Now, of course, my expert's view, but I took the decision. Problem's mine. Finally, I took a decision. I bypassed the computer. I launched the system. Okay, I launched the system. Follow went. First stage worked is a 4-stage rocket, and second stage got mad. It went to spin. Instead of putting the satellite in the orbit, it put in the Bay of Bengal. 1979, it was a failure. It was a failure. First time I experienced my failure. How do you manage the failure? Success I can manage. So at that time, a great man, a great leader, Professor Satish Dhawan. He comes to me, I am very tired working nearly for months. He wakes me up, come, let us go for a press conference. Press is meeting there, like this number of people, world press, with photos, this and that, all the gadgets they are there. I was highly frightened, I will be the culprit. Because I am the project director, mission director. What Satish Dhawan said, Chairman, Indian Space Research Organization said, dear friends, we have failed today. It's the first time I have to do all the success, all the failure is, I want to support my technologists and scientists and staff so that next year they succeed. So he took the whole blame himself. And then media asked, you have put Bay of Bengal so many crores, we are putting like that, lot of criticism. He received the criticism. He assured them in a year we will succeed with our team. It's a very good team. Next year, here only interesting happened. Next year, July 18, 1980, when he succeeded, Professor Dhawan said, you go and conduct the press conference. Do you follow what this means? It means when the failure occurred, the leader took it up. When the success came, he gives to his team.
You should stand for a culture of excellence. The excellence not by accident. It is a process where an individual continuously strives to better oneself. The performance standards are set by themselves. They work on their dreams with focus and are prepared to take calculated risks and do not get deterred by failures as they move towards their dreams. Then they step up their dreams as they tend to reach the original targets. They strive to work to their potential. In the process, they increase their performance, thereby multiplying further their potential. This is an unending life cycle phenomena. culture of excellence. They are not in competition with anyone else but themselves. That is a culture of excellence. I am sure each one of you will aspire to become a unique with culture of excellence. God has created every one of us a unique person. You see, you just look at this light. All of you young fellows, you look at this light. When the light and bulb you see, you remember a guy, a famous man. Whom do you remember? Whom do you remember? Thomas. Immediately you remember Thomas Alva Edison for his unique contribution in the electrical system, particularly the bulb. When you hear the aircraft sound, you remember two guys. Wright brothers, you remember. In 1885, when the president of the Royal Society, Kelvin said, no product heavier than air can be flown. But 1903, Wright brothers proved that man will fly. Now, this telephone, whom do you think of? Alexander Graham Bell. When I tell the event what they have said, what they have done, immediately when I say that the name of the person, you can relate the immediately action. Every one of you. Thomas Alva Edison, immediately you said bulb and electricity. Alexander Graham Bell, telephone. Immediately you said telephone. Telephone, I said Alexander Graham Bell. Backscattering plate, immediately you said Sir C.V. Raman. Radium, immediately you can say Madam Curie. So all these people, they are unique people, isn't it? Because they are unique, you are remembering. So far, we have studied those who walked into unexplored paths and strive to be a unique and are remembered for their contribution to the humankind. Remember, dear young friends, inventions and discoveries have emanated from creative minds that have been constantly working and imaging the outcome in the mind. With imaging and constant effort, all the forces of the universe work for that inspired mind, thereby leading to invention and discoveries. The question is, are you willing to become a unique personality? How many of you want to become unique personality? How many of you? This side, all. This side also, all. You want to become unique. So if you want to become unique personality, you should be remembered. I have so far met 12 million youth in India and abroad. In a decade's time, I learned. What did I learn? I learned every youth wants to be unique. That is you. But the world around you is doing its best day and night to make you just the everybody else. That's a challenge. You want to become unique. The world around you working day and night to make you as everybody else. So the challenge, my young friends, is that you have to fight the hardest battle which any human being can ever imagine to fight, and never stop fighting until you arrive at your destined place, that is unique you. As we say in India, where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is an order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world.
Mr. President Abdul Kalam, in the name of the European Parliament, I want to thank you for this important and inspiring speech. This was one of the most extraordinary speeches we have ever heard. from a statesman, scientist and poet. This is unique.